Members of the Congressional Black Caucus, just back from Cuba, well, they say Fidel Castro and his brother Raul are ready for a major shift in relations with the U.S., but not everyone is buying it. CNN congressional correspondent Brianna Keeler joins me now. And Brianna, we're hearing now from members of the Congressional Black Caucus, and they have a totally different ideas about Cuba.
Yeah, members of the Congressional Hispanic Caucus, in fact, Don, and these in particular are Cuban-American members of that caucus. They're responding to what Black Caucus members said last night after returning from their trip to Cuba. Here's Congresswoman Barbara Lee, who's the head of that group.
The message to us was very clear, and that is they are communicating their willingness and their desire to sit down and have dialogue and discussions leading to, hopefully, a normal diplomatic relations.
These members of the Congressional Black Caucus say that they're part of a growing chorus of lawmakers here on Capitol Hill who say that the travel restrictions, the trade embargo against Cuba, they're outdated, ineffective modes of foreign policy. But when you listen to Hispanic Caucus members who represent Cuban exiles here in the U.S., they say these CBC members are being very naive. Here is Congresswoman Ileana Ros-Lehtinen of Florida.
What is this foolishness about looking someone in the eye and calling him good or compassionate? Let's judge people by their actions. These are thugs. These are despotic leaders who deny their people their basic human rights.
And stinging criticism from Florida Senator Mel Martinez as well. He said regardless of one's position on U.S.-Cuba policy, one would expect that any U.S. official or member of Congress visiting Cuba would have the courage to meet with members of Cuba's struggling independent civil society and raise concerns about the regime's systematic violation of human rights with Cuban officials. So really blasting these Black Caucus members, Don, who did say that no, they didn't meet with dissident members on this trip, but they have met with them in the past, Don.
All right, congressional correspondent.